Hello everyone, I'm Marco from Berlin, and today I'm going to show you a project I was working on over the last couple of months. It's called Advice. It's an app I developed, or a project I developed during my time at Career Foundry. It basically offers founders, managers and employees who want to acquire new knowledge, learn new things, access to experienced and qualified experts who can answer all questions from starting a company to marketing, leadership and growth right up to exit. It basically solves the problem I had myself as a founder before. The challenge is, how can we provide founders and entrepreneurs with instant access to expert guidance that simplifies critical business decisions and challenges while avoiding the inefficiency of traditional mentoring methods. As a process, I used the double diamond strategy, which I explain later a little bit more. The main goal was to create a user-centric product that streamlines the process of seeking and receiving expert advice and provides a simplified and intuitive user experience. For the design process, as I said before, I used the double diamond strategy. It provides a structured framework for problem solving and innovation within the design process. There are 4 key phases: discovery, define, develop, and deliver. It basically makes sure that you explore problems, understand user needs, and generate multiple ideas before moving on to developing and delivering the best solutions. I started with the discovery phase by creating a competitive analysis. So the startup sector is very diverse. On one hand, there are accelerators and incubators that provide knowledge to startups, and on the other hand, there are local institutions or mentoring programs for startups, for a startup environment. In addition to the largest competitor, Clarity FM, which offers telephone advice on startup and business topics, services such as Just Answer, Call the One, and Howley were identified, which provide answers to a wide range of topics. There are also learning platforms such as Udemy, Upwork, Fiverr, or Domestika, or blogs such as Medium, which impart knowledge but not in the form of one-on-one advice. I created a SWOT profile, marketing profile, and a UX analysis for each competitor. My learnings from the competitive analysis were basically Just Answers offers advice in various categories, from animals, mechanics, electronics, and plumbing to legal and tax advice. The service is aimed to a broad audience looking for written answers. Clarity, on the other hand, is specialized in founders from the startup scene and business topics, and offers short calls tailored to entrepreneurial needs. Just Answers users ask written questions and receive answers via chatbots, chats, or calls, with a focus on convenience and accessibility. With Clarity, on the other hand, users book short calls to get answers. This encourages direct interaction and personalized advice tailored to business challenges, and I prefer this one as well. Both platforms compete with existing websites that offers question-based services. Just Answers, broad range of categories from animals, mechanics, plumbing, etc. Appeals to a broader audience seeking diverse advice. Clarity's niche focus on startup founders offers customized support for business-related issues. You can find the complete competitive analysis here under this link. I began user research by setting specific research objectives to guide my investigation process and ensure that the research findings were relevant and actionable. I created 3 main goals for the user interviews and the user research themselves. Goal number 1 is identify the specific types of expertise or areas of knowledge that founders most often seek assistance with. Goal number 2, determine the preferred methods founders currently use to seek advice or expertise when making business decisions. And goal number 3, explore the willingness of experts to share their expertise with others. To get quick feedback and validate existing assumptions, I recruited 5 people from my professional network and LinkedIn for short video calls. video interviews. In order to get as close as possible to the potential user base of advice, I made sure that all participants had experience in starting companies or had at least worked for startups before. I conducted user interviews with a script, of course. I created user interview analysis and also created affinity mapping. My learnings from the user interviews were advice plays a critical role at various career stages, including beginnings, promotions, transitions, and startup phases. Ongoing guidance is sort of navigating challenges, especially in areas like taxes management and fundraising. Face-to-face discussions are preferred for complex topics, while calls are suitable for quick solutions and online resources sufficient for simple queries. Individuals tend to research problems independently before seeking outside perspectives from friends, colleagues, or experts. Interviews demonstrated expertise in various fields, including data science, engineering, programming, fundraising, marketing, and sales as well. And the fifth thing, like, people enjoy mentoring and are willing to share their expertise to help others overcome challenges and fulfill their potential. Which was not surprising for me, but the way people talked about it make me really thinking okay, I'm on something really good here, and it's helping people, but also people like to help, which is also a super important thing if you build this kind of app or marketplace. You can find the complete user research here under this link, as always. My project statement, I refined it a little bit. Through my user research, I've learned that business owners and employees alike value fast, reliable access to expert advice to overcome specific business hurdles. They prefer a streamlined solution that fits into their busy schedules and provides personalized guidance from industry experts. But my first problem statement was addressing just founders and entrepreneurs. I created a new one that basically goes like this and addresses everyone. Yeah, you can see now. So basically my new problem statement sounds like this. People starting a business, making a career change, or being promoted need a way to find and contact experts, as these new positions raise many questions that often cannot be answered quickly without the advice of experienced experts. The define stage started with user personas. So the interviews also kind of helped develop a good understanding of the target audience. With the new insights gained from the user research, it was easy to create two user personas. I created Jack and Priyanka in my case, which both ideally represent the demographic goals and challenges of my target audience. As a UX designer, user journeys help me visually represent the end-to-end experience of users when interacting with a product. They are like a great tool to understand user needs, pain points, and emotions at every single touch point, so you can identify opportunities for improvement and design solutions that improve the overall user experience. With user flows, the path users take to complete tasks within a digital product or system can be optimal or ideal visualized. User flows help me understand the sequential steps users go through, identify potential pain points or areas for improvement, and they also ensure a smooth and intuitive user experience from start to finish. My learnings, visualizing the user flows. So the previous research, user personas and user flows created, I was able to identify three main features of the app. Feature number one, find experts. Obviously, user can find various experts with curated categories or through a search by entering topics, keywords. The feature number two, booking a request. is users can send quick booking requests with 15 minutes time slots for instant consultations and detailed information about the problem that needs to be solved to selected experts. Feature number 3 is favorites. Users can add experts to their favorites and access previously saved experts. Before sketching each feature, which is tempting of course, I conceptualized the app's information architecture by creating a sitemap aligned with the user flows. You can find the sitemap as always at the link below. In order to test my sitemap, I've carried out a quick hybrid card sort with optimal sort. That's an online tool, super accessible, super nice, super easy to use. Users were tasked with sorting 13 cards into 5 categories with the option to create new categories if necessary. 10 out of 14 participants successfully completed my study. 90% came from Germany, 10% from Italy. On average, they needed about like 2.5 minutes to complete the study, which was faster than I expected. I also created like a standardization grid, which shows the number of times a card was sorted into the corresponding standardized category. The darker the cell, the more participants agreed with this grouping. Making decisions basically like allowing like very visual in the end. I also created a similarity matrix. This shows like the proportion of participants who grouped any 2 cards in the same category. The darker the clusters can be, the darker the clusters are, the greater you understand like, the overlapping clusters. So my learnings from card sort is like 80% expected categories and subcategories here in the categorization. That's which is aligning with my sitemap. However, 20% anticipate finding them under bookings or favorites, indicating the need for clearer context. Recommended experts, only 70% of all my participants sorted recommended experts in browse, raising the question about the contextual understanding. I'm considering renaming browse for clearer navigation and to match user expectations. To a new name. Let's think. I have to think about it a little bit more. Payments. While 80% expected payments under profile, adjustments are needed for clarity. Additionally, 20% expected payments under bookings, requiring a corresponding link for the ease of access. The card sort shows that I'm on the right track with information architecture. I therefore only had to make a few and minor adjustments to the sitemap. The menu item browse has been renamed with discover because the benefit of the app and this special menu item are now even clearer. The categories also fit better in and suggest that the user can browse through them for interesting topics. Favorites and bookings are now contain links to other menu items so that the user can find related information more quickly. The updated sitemap as always under the text block here. The develop stage of my diamond process started with by sketching wireframes and creating a first prototype. So after revisiting my sitemap, I started drawing some of the most relevant skins in Figma, directly in Figma. And I specifically requested I often skip the hand-drawn low fidelity wireframe part because I'm kind of handy with Figma and I can achieve results more efficiently, more quickly digitally. I focused on the navigation and the 3 main features, and designed a clickable mobile prototype for the mobile version of the responsive web app. After this, I did like usability tests, of course, and the usability test took place in form of moderated in-person usability tests. Issues identified in the usability test were examined and prioritized according to their severity. Yeah, exactly. So issues. I created like 3 issues that basically describe the main problems, like I figured out. Issue number 1 is like a low severity problem. It's users couldn't find the call to action to finish the sign up. This is pretty clear. It's 16% of users had the problem that they couldn't not immediately find the call to action to complete the sign up process because they had to scroll down first. This is here, like you can see, like the updated screen, it's now fitting all on one screen, while on the first screen, users basically had to scroll down or up to reach the create account button. Issue number 2 and 3 are regarding the booking process, and I read them like they're together, so I read them like after each other and show you the screens later. So issue number 3 is a medium severity problem. Users expected that clicking the box would open the box within the booking process, would open the next step in the booking process. So basically, after completing the first step in the booking process, 80% of all users tried to click on the second box below to go to the next step. So users were like confused because they assumed that clicking the box here would take them to another screen to complete step 3 and later step 2 and later step 3. Instead, the first step minimalized and the second opened. Furthermore, 50% of users felt that dividing it into 3 steps was too time consuming and that it would be better to able to scroll to the end of the page first in order to understand what else was being asked. So issue number 2, I just go to issue number 3 here, which is a high severity problem regarding the same screen. Users expected a deadline field to define when a response is needed. This makes sense, and I really forgot this part at the beginning. So 80% of all users expected a field in which they could define by when their request must be completed. Especially for short-term inquiries, questions where the user inquiries or questions where the user is under time pressure, it should be possible to define when an answer is needed or even how urgent an answer is needed. So the changes for issue 3 I made on this screen is basically I added the field so user can specify when they need an answer. Yeah. So they also can define, okay, I lost it a little bit. So like basically added a field, so user can basically select, like, if they want to solve it within the next 24 hours until a fixed deadline, or as quickly as possible. And this basically solves like this issue number 3. Issue number 2, as stated before, is like we have a 3-step process where users click on boxes instead of the buttons. So I basically get rid of like the 3-step process and put everything into one screen, so they now can really scroll down, see what questions are asked. A progress bar was also like stated that it's missing, and so I got rid of this problem as well by don't have a 3-step process. It's not necessary anymore to have like a progress bar, and I got rid of the boxes as well. So like this issue, observation number 8 basically is solved as well. And we don't have so much more steps. So like we basically solve like by fixing this screen, I fixed like 4 issues or observations in one catch. So based on insights from my card sort, my conducted interviews and the usability tests, I've made adjustments to the initial features planned for the first iteration of advice. Specifically, the favorite screens was replaced with a new feature called shortcuts to better align with user preferences. What also made me rethink the main features were the competition analysis and the business requirements document, the opportunity for a unique value proposition as well. No identified competitor offers the ability to post booking requests for short video calls publicly in order to receive feedback more quickly. Given that users rely mainly on friends' recommendations or reviews when choosing an expert, I believe that advice shortcut feature could be a game changer that also sells well in terms of marketing. The updated user flows are here. So that brings me to my three main features. Find expert, booking request, and shortcut, which replaced feature number 3 favorites. The deliver stage started with high fidelity wireframes and creating a prototype. So basically, based on my user test before and the corresponding user testing analysis, the high fidelity wireframes could be implemented. The UI design uses some elements of Google's material design and other individualized elements, which I designed myself. They also were developed as part of the corporate design and UI style guide I created, and but didn't contain here because it would be too much topic. In addition to the 3 main features, I also included sign up and login just for the courtesy of having it, so you can see it as well. So find experts. The main screens are here. When you click the prototype, you can of course see the interactions, scroll, slide, and see all stuff. But in the end, the function is you look for experts, you type in people, you choose career advice, you find people who giving career advice, you select an expert, you find their profile, you can check other areas of expertise, you can understand their work experience, what they did before, recommendations from other people, and then later you book a call. And that brings me to the next feature number 2, booking request. Booking request is you start with a profile. On a profile, you basically fill out the booking request form. You get a summary which you confirm and pay in advance, and then you're done. You send your booking request. Shortcut is the last feature, which instead of sending a request to one specific person, here you can basically shortcut allows you to post questions publicly. That usually can give you the advantage of receiving faster responses. So basically, people when experts are online, they see it right away and they can answer right away, send you an offer, and then you are able to select which expertise you need. So instead of them selecting you, so you're selecting them basically in a way. Exactly. So that was it. Exactly. You can see the prototype above. The retrospective review of advice is my initial goal was to create an app that would bring a sense of fun and engagement to the typical dry field of consulting, making it enjoyable for users to seek advice. The assumption that founders would be the main target group was confirmed through user interviews, but it also became evident that individuals facing career changes or other professional challenges have a significant need for advice as well. One of the biggest challenges was accommodating the wide range of topics without making the app feel cluttered. To address this, I developed a color-coded design system to visually differentiate the topics while keeping the rest of the user interface simple and clean, minimizing distractions from images, effects, and graphics. Conducting user interviews and tests was highly rewarding. The process revealed a genuine enthusiasm for users who felt that the app could effectively address and solve significant issues for them. Their feedback was instrumental in refining the app functionality and design. I'm kind of satisfied with the app's current state, but I must emphasize the importance of ongoing testing with real users. That should be a process that continues. The continuous development and adoption are crucial, especially in the technology sector, where applications can quickly become obsolete and outdated. Regularly questioning the status quo and being open to reinvention will help maintain the app's relevance and effectiveness. My key takeaways are my initial assumptions validated by user research revealed the broader target audience, the clarity and simplicity, effective use of color and minimalist design to handle a wide range of topics without overwhelming users by cluttered UI. The importance of user feedback in refining and improving the app, and continuous testing and adoption to keep the app relevant in a fast-paced technology landscape. Thank you very much.